Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. If this is your first time here, my name is Laura and I'm from babycurltarot.com. Keep in mind this reading is for any Aries placement you want to check in on, including any planet or astrological house that may be in that sign. Whatever it is, you're welcome here. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. All right, spiritual team, what is the overall energy for the next 7 days for my Aries people? What's the overall energy for the next 7 days for my Aries people? Okay. All right, let's see what we have. Cauliflower transition. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have sweet corn ritual. Okay, interesting. Not really picking up on anything yet. So let's dive into the tarot and see what it is you guys need to know. All right, spiritual team. What messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? What messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? Okay, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Judgment, and at the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Okay. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck and see what's going on here. So we have High Priestess, Seven of Wands, Page of Swords reversed, Three of Wands reversed. Okay. Excuse me. So what I'm seeing here at the bottom of the deck is you guys being aware, and not only aware, but prepared to protect whatever it is that you are working on at this time. I do get the feeling that there are people, or maybe someone in particular, that likes to watch you and see what you're doing. They may be doing this to kind of intercept whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in this situation, or they may be trying to figure out how they can do it better, or how they can do whatever it is that you're doing and apply it to what it is that they're doing, right? Or they could be going back and telling somebody else. Whatever the case is, I feel like you know that the less people know, the harder it is for them to block your blessings, right? So with the Seven of Wands and the High Priestess, I think your intuition is buzzing, it's on high. And so you are kind of prepared, and it's okay. So the ritual for me, I think, is something that you do on a regular basis in order to protect whatever it is that you are doing, right? I hope that makes sense. So whether it is whenever you talk about whatever it is that you're doing, you make sure that you leave certain things out, like maybe certain people you work with, certain companies you work with, where you find certain things. Does that make sense? Especially if you're a business owner or you produce a certain product, whatever the case is, it feels like you're very protective of certain aspects of whatever it is you do or how you do it, maybe your process, okay? Because I feel like there is someone or a certain group of people that will kind of eat that up, and they'll try and use that for whatever it is that they want to achieve by doing the same thing or something that is similar, right? All right, let's go ahead and get into these cards here. What I see up here is you guys being in the process of putting whatever it is that you do out in front of the public. Does that make sense? So if, let's say, you're a musician, maybe you have been making music for a long time and you're starting to gain like a significant enough of a following to where you feel like you can finally go to certain labels or producers and put it in front of them, start socializing with them, sharing your music with them. So that way you have more opportunities to grow this, okay? Whether that means getting better quality products, services, sounds, whatever it is. Music is just an example. But it feels like your project, while it's something you may have worked on for a very long time, or you have put a lot of time, energy, and finances into for a very long time, this is something that still feels fairly new to the public, is what I'm getting. Like you may have like an organic following, like I said earlier, but Now it's a little bit more mature, and now you're trying to expand it to a larger group of audience. You have your base following, and now you're kind of mingling and socializing in groups of people that can help you build upon that, right? And get it out to a larger audience of people. So again, using your best judgment and being aware that there are always going to be people around you in any given industry that is looking for what's hot and what's new and what's innovative. And if you have something like that and you're bringing that to the table, there could be a lot of people that are trying to figure out how you do it, where you do it, where you get it from, things like that. So be aware of that. While you are socializing and connecting with people, always be aware that there could be people who are out here looking to steal your ideas, your methods, your suppliers, whatever. And that's just something you're going to have to be aware of and be extremely cognizant of protecting, right? That's what makes you unique. And if you give that away, you kind of lose that edge and that uniqueness that you have to you. Ooh. So that's what this transition period is. It's like you're going from the beginning of something that you have put a lot of work into, and now transitioning into like the next level. So get in the habit of being able to kind of dance around questions that ask you specifics about how you do what you do, where you get what you get, and how you make what you make. Does that make sense? Keep that to yourself, Aries. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, let's go ahead and get into the Oracle deck section of the reading. We do have a full moon in Pisces coming up this week on the 10th, so I wanted to get some additional answers or questions pulled for you from the Moonology deck. All right, spiritual team, what additional messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? What additional messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? Excuse me, my throat. Oof. Rough. All right, we have the disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Okay, so this can talk about overworking yourself, overwhelming yourself, pushing too hard, especially with the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of passion behind what you do, but you also have a tendency to burn out just as quickly if you keep pushing yourself too much and you never really take breaks. So just something to be aware of. Take some breaks. And also don't forget to take a breath and think before you say something you're going to regret, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Very interesting. So, I mean, it feels like what you do, whatever it is that you do, you're very passionate about. You put a lot of time, energy, and effort into it, right? If you didn't love it, why would you spend so much time on this? So I think really the biggest and the best way to kind of put this in front of people is to be enthusiastic. Show them how much you're passionate about this. Show off your knowledge, but also don't share too much at the same time. Does that make sense? You know, kind of let the art speak for itself in a way, and hopefully you can allow people to feel what it is that you feel when you make this, and hopefully that's what your product or service does. You know, it helps people feel good, right? All right, let's go ahead and get into the tea leaf oracle. Now remember, Aries, whatever it is that comes up from this deck could be related, could be unrelated to what we've been talking about so far. It's just additional things you need to know. All right, spiritual team, what final messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? What final messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? This deck has been so quiet this week. Like nothing is jumping out. Aha, there we go. Okay, let's go to the other half. Spiritual team, what final messages do you have for my Aries people for the next 7 days? Hold on. Okay, I'm not taking these. I'm taking these. All right, let's see. What do we have? Okay, we have the wishbone. A wish is granted. Well, I love to hear that. Love, 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 love. Okay, we have the wishbone. Okay, something you're working towards is going to happen. We have the fly, a period of ill health and depression. Okay. So again, take time to breathe out. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're not overworking yourself too much, and taking time out for you. You don't have to constantly push yourselves and overwhelm yourselves with work. We have the Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. That could have to do also with what I saw at the bottom of the deck. There could be someone that is watching you. Okay, yeah, so just be aware of that. We also have the Carrot, opportunity or windfall. I love it. And that tells me that your hard work is paying off with the Seven of Pentacles. So whatever you have been putting your hard work into, I feel like that's where this opportunity or windfall is coming from. Let's take a look at the bottom of each of these piles. We have the Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Yes, that's being careful to not share too much about your process, right? So just, again, be aware of that. And then also, you know, if there's a friend or lover where things didn't quite work out and maybe they're the one who is being wonky and like preventing things from happening for you, just be really careful about protecting what it is that you do and what you share with them and other people that may be close to them. Does that make sense? All right, at the bottom half of this deck, we have the Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important, and that's that Three of Cups energy. It's the more you put your stuff out there for people to see and get familiar with, more opportunities are going to come to you. I love this for you guys, Aries. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. If you want to see more content from me, I am on Instagram, TikTok, I have a blog. All that info and where to find me is below in the description box, as is my website if you want to schedule a personal reading. As always though, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week and I hope to see you next time. Bye!